If you went to work and felt not accepted, how would you work? If you went to school or logged into school and felt not accepted, how would you learn? If you went home and your family or roommates did not accept you, how would you function trying to live there? If you lived in a community, a city, or a country that did not accept you, how would you manage or survive? Acceptance. When it is missing, we feel it. We feel it physically, mentally, emotionally, in every which way. It is so unbearable to be missing acceptance. In the last hours of Jesus' life, he was having a meal with his disciples. And the Gospel of John says that in this moment, having loved his own who were in the world, he now showed them the full extent of his love. And what did he do? Well, he went forward during this meal. He literally got on his hands and knees and began to wash and dry the feet of the disciples that were about to walk away. He was loving and accepting those who were about to stop loving and accepting him. How was Jesus able to do this? Well, John tells us this. In the Gospel of John, chapter 13, verse 3, it says, Jesus knew that the Father had put all things under his power and that he had come from God and was returning to God. Here we see how Jesus' acceptance was rooted in his identity with God, not the people around him and not even his circumstances. Later on, as he's washing the disciples' feet, he comes up to Simon Peter. And Simon Peter says, "No, you shall never wash my feet." Jesus answered, "Unless I wash you, you have no part with me." Then, "Lord," Simon Peter says, "well, not just the feet then. Let's do the feet, the hands. Let's do the whole spa treatment then." Now, have you ever had that strange, awkward feeling when someone is trying to say something nice to you or pay you a compliment or offer you a favor? You know how you cringe sometimes? I think this is a fundamental issue that we all struggle with. Faith, at its essential core, is accepting that you are accepted. We cannot deeply know ourselves without also knowing the one who made us. And we cannot fully accept ourselves without accepting God's radical acceptance of every part of you. You see, in this moment, I think Simon Peter had a worldview that resisted and contradicted what Jesus was trying to give. Do you have any worldviews that don't allow you to receive what Jesus is trying to give? Jesus came to give love, to give freedom from hatred, resentment, bondage, addictions, and yet are we accepting that which Jesus is trying to give? So why do we have so much difficulty accepting good things or accepting others or even ourselves? Well, it turns out we have this brain phenomenon called Velcro Teflon theory. And basically the way that it works is that all of your negative experiences, they stick like Velcro. I can still remember like 4th or 5th grade, someone calling me an idiot. I can still remember that. I can remember how it sounded. I can remember how I felt when I heard it. Think about your own experiences. Can you remember what someone said to you years ago that was really hurtful or insulting? Can you think about something this week that your boss said or something that you read on social media? All the time, it's just those negative experiences, and they stick and they compile and it becomes overwhelming. But that's only half the problem. Then we have our non-stick positive thoughts, good things. So I wake up and man, I got another day of life, and I had a bed to sleep on, and I've got a little bit of money in the bank. I can eat today, and I've got friends. I mean, I don't like meeting on Zoom, but man, I got friends that I can listen to and talk to, and my health isn't too bad. All these good things, and then none of it sticks. It's all gone. It's empty. And while all those good things slip away, I still have all those negative thoughts and negative experiences sticking to me like Velcro. What's so toxic about this is that this doesn't just affect the way that we think, it affects the way that we think about ourselves and how we think about others. So if I did some negative thing to you 5 years ago, I know how your brain works. Your brain's like Velcro, and I'm sure you still remember what I said 5 years ago or what I posted last month. And anything good about me, I'm sure, just slips and is non-stick on your brain. So how can I be acceptable? Okay, it gets even worse. We don't limit this to just how we think about others, but then we start thinking and believing that this is the way God thinks. Oh yeah, God's got a Velcro Teflon brain. All my sins, all the mistakes I've made, all my slip-ups, all of that just sticks to God's brain and how He thinks about me. And that's my identity. That's probably who I am. And anything good about me, anything positive, is probably just slipping off His mind, and I'm just a pathetic, unacceptable person. Listen to these words from the prophet Isaiah. In this profound invitation back to acceptance. Let the wicked forsake their ways, and the unrighteous their thoughts. Let them turn to the Lord, and He will have mercy on them, and to our God, for He will freely pardon. Wait a minute. Freely pardon. That sounds like non-stick Teflon to me. So you're saying all my wicked stuff and my bad thoughts is just going to freely slip away from God's mind. Yeah. He goes on, for my thoughts are not your thoughts. Neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. Do you hear this? God does not think the way that we think. His ways are so much better. His ways liberate. His ways give us an amazing life. His ways accept us. Listen, I know 2020 has been a rough year. We have had challenges. We've had so many changes. And there's a lot of target-rich environment for our Velcro brains. But, brothers and sisters, Jesus told us, no matter what, hold to His teaching. Jesus' teaching needs to stick like Velcro. And all of our negative thoughts and our negative opinions need to just slip away like non-stick Teflon. That is our hope. And this really is. This was Jesus' entire ministry. What was He doing all the time? He was accepting those that were unacceptable in His day. The tax collectors, the prostitutes, the sinners, those are unacceptable people, and yet those are the very people that felt accepted by Jesus. And I know He accepted people that they themselves didn't even feel acceptable. And yet with Him, they felt loved and they felt accepted. It's just like Peter. Hey, don't wash my feet. I can't accept that. Let's not follow that example. So when we are going through tough times, that is the time to repent and change the way that our Velcro Teflon minds want to think. So, victory number 1 for this week, being aware of your Velcro Teflon brain. Just catching it, realizing, oh, wait a minute, there I am, I'm sticking to negative thoughts and I'm slipping the good things that are going on in my life. Second victory, going to God rather than going to your Velcro Teflon brain. Going to God who made you and allowing Him to change your thoughts. Allowing Him to give you His thoughts, to give you Jesus' perspective on those very people that get under your skin. Remember how we started today. Jesus is literally washing the feet of the men that were about to walk away. Let God wash your feet. Let God cleanse your mind. Let us keep our thoughts on Jesus' thoughts. Let's keep our thoughts on God's thoughts about us so that we can truly accept that radical acceptance of ourselves. And I know that if we take that in, we will be able to give love and acceptance to people all around us. And we will be that light. We will be this new Velcro for good in the world. And people will change. We will change. We will be a community that is so attractive because people will not believe how amazing it is to be in a community of acceptance because our God is accepting.